Most watched station.
Action News, Delaware Valley's leading news program, with Gary Papa, Dave Roberts, and Jim Gardner.
Tuesday night, it's a soggy welcome to a nationwide group of Catholic school teachers, and a pawn shop customer ends a dispute with a gun. But the big story in Action News tonight is the latest on our April storm. The month of April is supposed to be for forsythia to bloom, but not for wet, harsh snow. But that's what we have today in Chester County, closer to the city of Philadelphia. This is a live picture from Sky 6, I-95, near the airport. Shows a wet but not snowy roadway. Actually, it just shows a whiteout right now. But we understand minimal problems for motorists in that area. But this April snow could continue for quite a while. Dave Roberts is outside with the latest from AccuWeather. David?
Yes, Jim, we expect the snow to continue through this evening on into the early morning hours. You can see traffic moving all right behind me here on City Avenue, as the main road here is just wet, but some areas could have a little slush overnight. Here's Action Radar now, and here's again the latest picture. There it is. See it blossom, see it intensify, see it explode. Call it what you will, but it just hangs over the area as it builds, and there's plenty of snow within that. We've had that situation all day long. There it is, slowly easing out of the area. The folks down in southern Delaware have that mixture, and then south of that, some rain. So the call from AccuWeather is tonight, wet snow continues. Overnight low, the freezing mark of 32 degrees, and it's going to end between 1 and 4 in the morning, and then accumulation 2 to 4 unpaved areas, some slushy roads coming out of this. Rush hour in the morning, cloudy and windy. The snow should be out of here, maybe just a few flurries, 32 degrees. So a few more hours, we'll get out of the system. Then when do you see the 5-day? We're really going to warm up as we get closer to the weekend. Jim?
Thank you, David. As we expected, much of the snow has fallen in the northern and western suburbs. This is the way it looks in West Whiteland Township, Chester County. The streets are wet, but the lawns are clearly covered with snow. The suburbs may not get the maximum forecast of 4 inches, but Chester, Bucks, and Montgomery counties have gotten more than they deserve or want for the second week in April. Action News reporter Vernon Odom is live where Ridge Pike meets Butler Pike in White Marsh Township. Vernon, you've been surveying the suburbs. What have you found in your travel?
I have, Jim. As we traveled out here from the city to Montgomery County, we saw no significant traffic tie-ups that were weather-related, fortunately, and no icy patches, in fact. Little, if any, snow accumulated. Some on my hat, maybe, but none of it so far, anyway.
And I'm waiting for Friday.
Because?
It's going to be 75 degrees.
How was driving today for you?
I didn't have any trouble. It's just wet.
Most drivers we've encountered late this afternoon tell us the springtime snowfall has not hampered them at all as they made their way across highways and streets, running errands or heading home from their jobs. But they long for the real springtime.
That's why I bought the ice cream and made myself feel like a spring day. You know, I came from City Line Avenue, Belmont Avenue, from Hillary.
How's the driving?
Driving was fine.
Not too bad. It's a little cold, but other than that, driving's not too bad.
I think it stinks. I'm ready for the sun.
We thought it was springtime, didn't we?
Yeah, thought so.
How's the driving been today?
It's not that bad. It's just wet.
For those of school age out on spring break this week, snowfall mixed with rain is not a welcome sight. A little surprised?
Yeah, very surprised. I'm on my spring break and I can't do anything. I want to play a little golf, but I don't know.
Not today.
Not today. Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow indeed. Back live now, Jim. We're getting reports of some flooding in the city on Lincoln Drive, Kelly and West River Drives, slowing traffic some, but nothing major weather-related so far. Again, we'll have to be very careful as darkness falls tonight and more of this light snow, we hope, comes down. Vernon Odom, Channel 6 Action News, reporting live from Montgomery County.
Vern, use those windshield wipers on your eyeglasses. They're getting wet. Thank you, Vern. In the Garden State, the snow is sticking to trees and lawns, but again, it's mostly melting on the roadways. We are now live along Route 29 in Trenton. Thick snow has been coming down all day, but so far the road just wet, as you can see. Overnight, however, it could turn cold enough for some slush and even some ice to form. In South Jersey, the snow was little more than a nuisance. Drivers had wet roads to contend with and some visibility problems. For those working outdoors like this cable company crew, they encountered wet, soggy, and cold conditions. Of course, Dave Roberts will be back with a complete AccuWeather forecast a little later in this broadcast. Investigators now say that the fatal fire last night
Then watch for the slush and the snowfall to be accumulating on the roadways. This is our forecast where Jeff is, by the way, and what's to write about in here. They could be in that 6 to 12 inch area. Keene, New Hampshire, maybe down to about Hartford, Connecticut. Somebody may see better than a foot of snow. 38 cloudy now in Boston, 35 and 34 respectively, New York and Philadelphia. Snows are flying. And New York and Philadelphia, wait it out, it's going to get a whole lot better. It is unbelievable, but forecasting highs by Friday in the area to be around 70. For more on that forecast, as well as for the Masters Golf Tournament, let's turn it back to Rich.
All right, well, actually it's Deneen, but that's okay. In the southeast, it's not snow, but thunderstorms with heavy rains. That Ondo now, all right, it's clouding up, and that ought to keep our temperatures from dropping like a rock in Florida. Elsewhere, though, clear skies from the Nebraska Panhandle down into Texas through the southeast. That'll mean for a very chilly night. However, in the Pacific Northwest, we're still dealing with clouds and some rain here. Little sprinkles right around the Puget Sound today southward, but temperatures generally pretty mild. 58 Seattle, 63 at Portland, and where we find clear skies through this area, 30, 60 degrees right now still. In through Grand Island, Nebraska. Dallas still sitting pretty at 78, 82 in Amarillo. Warm air here, and eventually warm air will cover the entire eastern portions of the country. In the south and east, we do have a freeze warning to tell you about for much of North Carolina, South Carolina. Temperatures from Charlotte, Durham, around Chapel Hill, they'll drop to about the upper 20s to near 30 degrees tonight. Same goes for Greenville, South Carolina. Need to protect any vegetation. Also, east central Georgia. We've got freeze advisories out for this area as well overnight tonight. Again, temperatures are going to be very cool. That's courtesy of this reinforcing cold front dropped in. High pressure, and that's going to mean rapidly dropping temperatures after sunset. Also, in southern portions of the state, that's been rain all afternoon. Around Miami, the rain has not stopped. Fort Myers down to Cape Coral, close to Bonita Springs, still some sprinkles on and off. Earlier you had some breaks in the rain, but here come those light showers once again towards Naples and Collier County. Certainly not a great night to see the sunset. We've got clouds across southern portions of the state. All right, what does this mean in the next couple of days for your forecast? Big change in the weather pattern coming our way. We've been locked in this latest pattern with the ridge trough in the east, and that's half of the country, you're probably wondering, where is spring? Well, as you woke up this morning, certainly experiencing some chilly temperatures. As a matter of fact, temperatures through most of the east here, 5 to 15 degrees below what you would normally see at this time of year. So a chilly start to the day, especially in the northeast. And then in the west, an entirely different story. We have a big ridge of high pressure here that has kept things very warm, and you woke up to just the opposite, 5 to 15 degrees warmer than you would normally see at this time of year. And as we see, our low temperatures not so bad at all in the southwest. 64 in Phoenix, 52 in LA. It's when we head to the east where things cool down considerably, down to 25 in Chicago, 37 in New York City, 40 in Atlanta, and especially as we head into the Midwest, we saw temperatures cold enough to make new record lows. Let's check it out. Champaign, Illinois, all the way down to 20 degrees, chilly indeed. Again, where we head to the northeast that we find the colder temperatures, 30s and 40s through this region. Right now in New York City, 34, getting snow there. Back to Atlanta, 58, a pretty nice day for folks here in the west. Look at Phoenix now, 91 degrees, 67 currently in Los Angeles. As we head up the coast, temperatures generally in the 50s and 60s, and through the central states, not so bad here either. As a matter of fact, Oklahoma City, 78, and Dallas at 78 too. So wherever we find the colder temperatures, and to go along with those colder temperatures, we have seen the snow. We had one nor'easter move through, exiting off the coast last night, producing still some light snow last night, but it's back to the south where our second system started churning that snow out, and we have seen through the Appalachians back into eastern Pennsylvania anywhere from 3 to 6 inches here in the areas shaded in darker pink, and we will no doubt see these tallies increasing as we see the northeaster continuing to strengthen off the coast here, really pounding parts of the northeastern U.S. and New England and in New York State, as we're already looking at the snow knocking on the door here, as we see the snow through Philadelphia getting the snow, Trenton, Newark, towards Providence, New York City, all getting snow. Boston, you're next to look out in this area, and it's just going to be a real wintry event here, all because of this area of low pressure. This is our big nor'easter as it continues to strengthen here off the East Coast, bringing you a taste of winter early in spring. We are looking at significant amounts falling here. We're looking at one bullseye here through New England, where we may be looking at a foot or more of snow. Not what you want to hear, but this is what we are forecasting. And quite a large swath here with 6 to 12 inches, so impressive amounts of snow are expected through this region. What we're looking at, our pattern for the last few weeks, things have just not changed a great deal. You're here certainly pumping the snow into this region. We're looking through the Appalachians, back through Pennsylvania, New York, and into New England. Significant, impressive amounts of snow falling in some of these areas. Some regions through New England are looking at potentially a foot or more of snow in some local areas. So certainly winter not over for you yet. As we head on through the rest of the country through the morning rush, generally it is in the northeast where we are looking at that